It's all good.
Excellent. We'll give Emma another moment. Oh, look at the timing. Thank you so much for being prompt, lovely ladies. Okay, so hopefully you've got your screens on your gallery or what have you, so you can meet Elaine. So Elaine Lamar, let me give a quick introduction of this lovely lady who's come to share her Sanskrit with us. Elaine has been with Soya for quite a long while as a Soya teacher. She and I took our 300-hour training together. We were roommates and other in our time together. And she currently resides in Mexico with her husband. And so she's joining us from Mexico. And she's created this absolutely fantastic Sanskrit program, which I think is like wonderfully beginner friendly, because Elaine has like come from not knowing Sanskrit to to teaching it, so she knows exactly like what we need along the way. So I love this presentation. So thank you so much, Elena, for coming to join us.
Thanks, Becky. Yeah, so like Becky said, we took our 300-hour together, and we were roommates in our both modules, and we got to experience the beginning of COVID and the beginning of online training. So Becky kind of got a little sick, but you weren't sick. You were just allergies.
I had like a stuffy nose going on, yeah.
But, you know, everyone was concerned. So she was cloistered at our Airbnb, and then I started feeling sick. So I went and cloistered with her, and she actually had to do her practical exam over Skype. So yeah, she was our what's the word? The first.
Oh, the pilot project.
The pioneer. The pioneer.
Nice.
Was our pioneer. Yeah. So it was pretty special. And I did her class in the hallway while
she was in person. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good. Yeah. So like I said, or like Becky said, I live in Mexico. So it gets kind of noisy here. So hopefully if you hear background noises, I put my headphones on hoping to quell that. And I've got the CD of Nikolai Bachman already queued up. So I'm hoping that through my headphones, you'll be able to hear it. And yeah, so I think that's all. So I recommend that you have your, this chart from your, I don't know if you can see it, the Sanskrit chart from your manual, because you'll need that and you can write on it. And then also the notes, the handout notes that Becky would have sent you of all the slides. I found when I was taking my accounting and bookkeeping, or my accounting and finance program at the college, our accounting teacher always gave us the PowerPoint presentation in a handout so we could make notes beside it, and I thought that was a really, really good idea. Then you have the presentation, you have all the information, you're not having to dig it out or find it somewhere else, and it'll all kind of stay together. So hopefully that will work.
This is page 51 out of the manual, if anyone's still looking for it.
Okay, so let me share my screen and my Sanskrit presentation. Okay, so if you have any questions while we're doing the presentation, put up your hand or stop me somehow so that I can answer the questions as they come up. Okay, I'm going to make that little there. Okay, so this is me, and down here I'm called Elena, so that's kind of a nice name down here. Okay, how do we get this going? There we go. So we're going to talk about the history of Sanskrit. We're going to talk about the alphabet and pronunciation. We're going to talk about the diacritical marks. Those are the marks that are over and under the letters. We're going to talk about the chakras and some common Sanskrit words that are used in yoga. And we're going to talk about some of the yoga poses and putting the words together. And then we're going to write out some of the words. So Sanskrit started as an oral language. It started with the Aryan migration from Central Asia between 2500 and 1500 BCE. And they migrated from Central Asia to Northwest India. And then from there, we have the Vedic Sanskrit, and that was used for the Upanishads. Those are the royal or the religious textbooks. And that was about 1200 BCE. And then from there, it went to classic Sanskrit. So that's the Sanskrit that's used in the Rig Veda. That's the very first Veda. And that, again, is a cluster of books. And that's around the 500 BCE. So we've got a range from the Rig Veda is the first book of Sanskrit, and it was from the 1500 BCE to 500 BCE. So Sanskrit is thought of as the language of ceremony, and it's a very sacred language, and it means refined, consecrated, or sanctified. It's used in poetry, drama, and religious texts, and it's written left to right. And I'd like to read you a quote from one of the books that I got a lot of my research from, and it's called The Sacred Sanskrit Words. And it's also, I've also mentioned it farther on in my presentation, but it says in the early 1980s, NASA announced that Sanskrit is the only unambiguous spoken language in the world, making it perfectly accessible to computer processing. NASA researcher Rick Briggs reported the remarkable discovery that there was a language, Sanskrit, spoken among an ancient scientific community that has a deviation of 0. So it hasn't changed since it first was created. So it's very, very ancient. So with regards to Hindi, they drop the A at the end of the word. But it is pronounced in Sanskrit, and there is no F sound in Sanskrit, and it's still used in Tibet, but just with a different script. So it's still, they still use the Devanagari script with some additions to account for the sounds of Persian and Arabic origins. There are many scripts. There's the Telugu, there's Bengali, and Brahmi. And then Latin and Sanskrit are similar. They both have a subject, object, and verb. They have normal word order, and you pronounce every letter. So it's a very phonetic language. Every sound is just one letter, and every letter has just one sound. There are 3 genders. So there's masculine, feminine, and neutral, similar to a lot of like Spanish, French, Italian, similar to those languages. The knowledge of Sanskrit, it marks social acceptability, and it's only used in the higher caste, or castes of different levels, society in Asia, and the Brahmin caste is the highest. So Patanjali, you would have read about Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras. He wrote the Yoga Sutras. He thought that it should be spoken at all times and it should be spoken correctly. And mispronunciation was considered unacceptable. But we mispronounce Sanskrit words all the time. So, and here's another quote from the sacred Sanskrit words. Amazingly, the very words holy men used to record sacred texts 25 millennia ago in the form of mantra are still used by their spiritual descendants for the same purposes today. So 25 millennia ago, they were chanting the same mantras as we chant today. It's pretty impressive. So here are the names of the books that I recommend, and Muggs also recommends. So the Sacred Sanskrit Words by Lisa Lowitz and Rimi Datta. I don't know if you can see that. And then The Language of Yoga by Nikolai Bachman. And these are great books because the Sacred Sanskrit Words, it has a lot of great Sanskrit script and readings in it. And the one from Nikolai Bachman, it comes with 2 CDs and it has the asana names, the Sanskrit terms, it's got chants and some mudras and whatnot. It's very comprehensive. I sound like a salesperson. So now we're going to move into the alphabet. So it's pronounced Devanagari. Devanagari. So I've written it out here phonetically, and you can do that with any of the words. If you have trouble pronouncing them, if they don't come naturally to you, you can write them out phonetically within your lesson plan so that they're there for you. I know some students have never heard of Sanskrit before. Like all the instructors they've gone to don't speak any Sanskrit. And then other students will come and they know Sanskrit already because their instructors have always spoken Sanskrit. So there's, everyone is different, right? So Devanagari means language of the gods. There are 16 vowels and 34 consonants. And this is the most commonly used script. And Deva means God, and Nagara means city. So it means divine city, is what Devanagari means. So then we have our 16 vowels, and I'm gonna see if I can get my music to play. Can you hear that? No?
Yeah, we can hear it, but if you can turn it up at all, that'd be
Oh,
great.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that again. And can you see my cursor going? There. Were you able to hear that and follow along? Yeah? Okay, good. Okay, so now we'll move on to the diacritical marks. So these are the marks that are under and over the letters, and they change the pronunciation. So A, when it's written, is just A as in apple. Ah, apple. And then if it has the little tent or the long sign on the top of it, it's held longer, like asana. And then the I has the same sound as the I in pin, so it's a I. And if it's a long I, it's more like C, so E, more of an E sound. And then the U is like the U in put, and the long U is a oo sound. We're just talking about that now. So the dot under, so the dot under the R makes it a, so the tongue goes on the upper palate. Let's say my internet is unstable. So hopefully I don't disappear on you. So the tongue is on the upper palate, so it's more of a so you roll the R like, you know, roll up the rim. Tim Hortons, roll up the rim. R, r, r. And then E is like a, like we would go A. And then when there's a AI, it's more like the I sound. And O is O. And when there's a AU, it's like ow, as in out, ow. So still with the vowels, whenever there's the M with the dot under, or if you see the dot above a line, it becomes more called anvara, anusvara. And then there's the H, or the, it looks like a colon, and that is more aspirated, like in banda, banda. And that is called the visarga. The colon, the thing that looks like a colon, is called a visarga. So then we have our 16 vowels again. And now we'll move on to the consonants. So I'll cue up the consonants.
Ka, ka, ga, ga, nga. Cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. Ta, ta, da, da, na. Ta, ta, da, na. Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. Yara, lava, sha, sha, saha.
Oh, there, it's gonna go again.
Ka, ka, ga, ga, nga. Cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. Ta, ta, da, da, na. Ta, ta, da, da, na. Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. Yara, lava, sha, sha, saha.
There we go. So I just wanted to point out here. So this is taken right from your chart. So this first N with the dots and six, like so it's right on the top of your palate. And this N with the squiggly line over it is more like canyon, or if you're speaking Spanish, it's like baño or niño. It's ñ. And this is more of a the dot under, so it's more of a n. And then this is just a regular na. Okay, I just wanted to point that out while we were right here. Oh, and then kasha, which is at the very bottom of your chart. That's the very last consonant. And the other three that are at the bottom of your chart aren't ever used. So the A and then the NA and the JHA, those aren't used. You can just cross those off your chart. But the kasha is used. So going into some of our pronunciation. So CH, as in the chakras, is always pronounced ch, like chalk. I know some people say chakras, but they're chakras. And then the PHA is ha. In our English language, we would say that's ph, right? Like an F sound, but there is no F sound in Sanskrit. So it's paha. And there's always the va because there is no W. So if you see a W, it's because it's been English-icized, right? We've changed it to suit our own pronunciation, our English language pronunciation. But in true Sanskrit, there is no W. It would be a V. So on your chart, you'll see that there's VA or WA. So that's how they amalgamate the W into the alphabet. Okay, where are we? So the dot under, the sound comes from the tongue and the upper palate. So now we're into the consonants. So the T with the dot under is the tongue is on the palate. So it's ta, ta, ta. And then we have the S with the dot under. So on your chart, you can write where it has the SHA, you can write the S with the dot under. So SA with dot under is exactly the same as the SHA it's like the bottom line of your chart. And then here again, we have the N with the squiggly line, sounds like canyon, yun, yun. And then the S with the mark on it, sounds like munch. So on your chart at the bottom, the SA with the line over it, you can write SCH because that's the sound it makes. And Shirsasana is the only word that we found that has all three S sounds. When it's written correctly with all the diacritical marks, and Shirsasana is headstand. So it's pronounced Shir, Sha, Sana. Shir, Sha, Sana.
Elena, do you mind if I share?
Sure.
About that particular word? It helps me to know how to pronounce it because the way that I think about it coming out of my mouth is like my tongue's at the back,
Yeah.
at the front, and then not used. So it's
Yeah.
like shir, sha, sana,
yeah.
right? So it's like your tongue is like shir, sha, sana. That's how it's worked in my brain.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great. All these little clues help, right? Yeah. Okay, so our 34 consonants again. And our one that always seems to fall behind. So now we're going to move on to the chakras. So there are 50 characters or letters in the chakras, and 50 petals in the chakras up to the third eye. So each letter is very sacred, and it has its own vibration and deeply resonating tone, which creates energy. So we have the bija or seed mantras, and these are taken right off the chakra charts. So we have Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, and Om. So starting with the Vishuddha chakra, so the throat chakra. And this is all of the vowels. All 16 vowels are on this chakra. And this is where Ham is the Bij mantra. And you'll notice that they have the dot over top. So like over top of each of these characters is a dot. And that gives it the sound, the M, that nasally And then moving on to the Anahata chakra, the heart. And that's Ka all the way to Ta. So there's 12 characters or 12 letters at the heart chakra. And the Bij mantra is Yam. And then the Manipura chakra or the solar plexus chakra has Daha all the way to Paha, which is 10 chakras. And the Bij mantra is Ram. And again, you see the dot over, which gives the sound. And then we have the Svadhisthana chakra, or the sacral chakra. Goes from Ba to La, which is 6 characters. And the Bij mantra is Vam. And then Muladhara chakra, or the root chakra, has 4 characters on it. Va to Sa. And the Bij mantra is Lam. And then the Ajna chakra, the third eye, only has 2. It has Ha all the way to Kasha. So that very last character on your chart. And the Bij mantra is Om. So now we'll move into, let me check the time. We'll move into common Sanskrit words that we use in yoga. So in your previous, or in your prior studies, your online studies, you would have done the 8 limbs of yoga. So these are the yamas, which are the social restraints, the niyamas, which are the personal restraints, the asanas, which are the postures, and the pranayama, which is the breath work. That's the first 4. And then we have pratyahara, which is withdrawal of the senses. And dharana, which is the focused concentration. Dhyana, which is meditation. And samadhi, which is complete absorption. So the words that I'm showing you on the presentation, which you also have in your notes now, all these words will be on your exam. So you're going to want to commit them to memory somehow. And you don't have to worry about the diacritical marks on the exam. You just have to know how to write them in the Sanskrit word without the diacritical marks. So then we move on to the nadis, or the energy channels. So we have the Ida, which is the left side of our body, the cool side. So this is our moon, or the female side. And I like to think of it, Ida can also be thought of as a woman's name. So that's how we remember, or I remembered, that Ida is the cool side, the woman side, the female side. And then Pingala is the right side, or hot. It's the sun. And yeah, I was going to say something else, but I decided not to. We learned that we have no men here, right? So I can probably say it. So we learned that P for Pingala, and R for right, and P for penis means that it's the male side. So PR and penis. So, and then we have the Sushumna, which is our central, or the neutral channel. So here Sushumna is spelt 2 different ways. So in one, it has the diacritical marks. So it's got the dot under the S. Or you can write it SH with no dot under. Are there any questions so far? No? Okay. Then we move on to the bandhas, or the locks. So you have Jalandhara Bandha, which is our throat lock. And then the Jiva Bandha, which is our tongue lock. And Uddiyana Bandha is the raising up, or rising up, of our abdomen. And then Mula Bandha, which is our root lock. You would have seen these in your chakra and bandhas. Is it the chakra and bandhas, or bandhas and koshas? I can't remember. On your online studies. And then we have our chakras. So we have the, lost my place. Sahasrara is the crown. The ajna is the third eye. Vishuddha is the throat. You'll also see Vishuddhi, so with an I at the end. It's either or. A is the female, I is the male. And then Anahata is the heart. Manipura is the solar plexus. And Svadhisthana is the sacral. And Muladhara is the root. And then we move into the pathways. So we have the Yana, which is the light or wisdom. So the J is more of a Y kind of sound. And then Bhakti Yoga, which is love and devotion. Karma Yoga is life or action, selfless service. Raja Yoga is of the mind. And then we have Hatha Yoga, which is of the body or asanas. And did you notice how I pronounced it Hatha, not Hatha? So it's spelt Hatha, but it's pronounced Hatha. The H is silent. And you'll notice that in all of the, throughout the whole, all of Sanskrit, is the H is silent. But the H gives it that aspirated sound, that like Hatha, right? Hatha Yoga, Hatha, instead of Hatha. And then we'll move into the pranayama, which is our breath work. So we have anuloma, which is the natural direction. And then viloma, which is against the natural direction. So that's where our anuloma, viloma, the alternate nostril breathing comes in. And then we have Bastrika, which is like bellows breath, and Kapalabhati, which is shining skull. And more breath work. We have Kumbhaka, which is breath retention. Nadi Sodhana, which is our energy channel purification or purifying. Puraka is inhalation. Rechaka is exhalation. So here's another little tip. It might be a little gross, but Rechaka is like retching. So you're exhaling, you're taking something out of your body, right? So that was one way that we remembered. Rechaka is exhaling, and Puraka is pure, so you're inhaling. And then we have Ujjayi, which is our fogging up the mirror breath. And moving into the bodies. So these are your part of the, it would have been part of your kosha lessons. So we have the, now I can't say it. Stula Sharira, which is our physical body. And our Shukshma Sharira, which is our astral body. And our Krana Sharira, which is our causal or seed body. So Karana looks like karma. So that kind of twigs you that, that it's part of that seed or causal body. Any questions so far? No? Okay. So we move on to the gunas. So these are everything in nature. So we have sattva, which is purity. Tamas, which is dullness. And rajas, which is activity. So it's kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So we have activity, which is rajas, which was the porridge that was too hot. And then we have tamas, which is dullness, which was the porridge that was too cold. And then we have sattva, which is purity, which is the porridge was just right. Then we have our kriyas, or cleansing techniques. So dauti, which is swallowing the cloth and then pulling it back out. And then we have our jal neti, which is our neti pot for our sinuses. Then we have basti for enema, also known as nasty basti. And then tritaka or tritak for candle gazing. And some more cleansing techniques. We have nauli, that's the churning of our abdomen. And jiva sodhana, which is our tongue scraping. So we also had jiva bandha, which was our throat lock. And we have jiva sodhana, which is our tongue. So the two are connected, so you can kind of see the connection with jiva. And then anisara, which is our pumping of our abdomen. Oop. And now we're on to positions and putting words together. So if you like, you can take a little bit of a break if you have to go to the bathroom or need to stretch your legs or anything like that. Is that okay, Becky? Where'd she go?
Yeah, that's just fine. Shall we do like, do you want like 5 or 10 minutes?
Just 5 minutes, I guess, for them to stretch their legs or something. Just
Sure. Let's take 5 minutes. So that means it is currently, it's 12:02. So let's be back here by 12:07. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to. I had a moment the other day when I was going through stuff and realized that Parsva is Parshva. So for years I've been saying Parsva, but it's actually Parshva.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the side, right? Parshva. Diacritical marks are helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you know, they're not always there, so you just kind of do your best, right?
Yeah.
We're teaching the ideal pronunciation, but you know,
you're not going to be judged on it.
Yeah.
But that's another reason why finding good sources for that have the correct diacritical marks are really important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling these guys that like some of the sources that are out there look like they're like we want to trust them, and they're wrong. Like they're just straight up wrong. So reaching out like this, the stuff that you have from Soya, you can trust it. Books like this you can trust. And there's like a few like online like if you're curious to know what the diacritical marks, I think it's sanskritdictionary.com. That one. Yeah, that one's good. You can pull up the word and it'll show you the diacritical marks so you'd know how to pronounce it if you're curious.
Yeah. And make sure you do that before you get a tattoo of something.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably consider not putting Sanskrit on your body. Just consider not.
Oh yeah. Oh. So everybody's back. Okay, good. So now we're going to talk about the positions and putting the words together. So I'm a bit of a mathematician, so I like equations. So A plus A or long A, either one, will give you a long A. So we have auto. So I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't say adho, it's auto. So auto, mukha, svana, and asana, which means downward facing dog pose. So downward is auto, mukha is facing, svana is dog, and asana is pose. So when you have the two A's together to make the word, then those two A's become a long A. So Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then we have Ardha, which is half. Ardha Chandrasana. So here, Chandra is sometimes spelled with an H because that's how it sounds. But if you look in some of the books, like the Language of Yoga, it's spelled without the H because that's the proper spelling of it. But again, we Englishize everything, and so that H is added. So then we have Ardha Chandrasana, so the A. And then Parivrtta, which is revolved. And so we have revolved Trikona and Asana. So revolved three-angle pose. Parivrtta Trikonasana. So then again, we have the long A. And Sukha, which is easy or comfortable. And we want to make it Sukhasana, which is comfortable pose. So putting it together, we get the long A, Sukhasana. And then we have Supta, which is supine, and Bada, which is bound, Kona, which is angle, and Asana, which is pose. So Supta, Bada, Konasana gives us that long A in the middle again. And we have one more, Urdhva, which is upward. Urdhva Mukha, which is facing. Svana, which is dog, and Asana, which is pose. So Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. We have our long A again. Now we'll go on to the A plus U equals O. So we have Parsva, which is side. Parsva. And then Uttana and Asana. So this is chest to leg extension with your legs wide. And we want to make it all one word. So then the A at the end of Parsva and the U at the beginning of Uttana becomes an O, Parsvo Tanasana. And then another one is Paschima, which is back. And Uttana and Asana. So seated, forward, bend. And again, we get that O. So we have Paschimo Tanasana. And Om. Here's another one. So when we have the A plus the U, we get an O. So that's how we get Om. But its sound is Aum. Aum. So when you're doing, like, if you do like 3 ohms at the beginning of class and 3 ohms at the end of class, you can practice doing your Aum to get it, to get those 3 sounds. Then we have our body parts. So Pada means foot, Hasta means hand, Pada Hastana, Pada Hasta Asana. I can't speak all of a sudden. Oh. So then again, we have our long A. Foot to hand pose, Pada Hastasana. And Janu is knee, Shirsa is head. So here again, we'll have those 3 S sounds. Janu, Shirshasana. Shirshasana. That's our head to knee pose. Oh, so now we're going to write out some words. So just a note here. Notice that the broken line on the top of the character, not all letters have that solid line. So if you look at the A on your chart up in the vowels, the character that looks like a 3 doesn't have the line over top of it. Okay, and there's some others if you look through it. If you look down to like the D with the DHA, the DHA, part of it doesn't have the line over. So this part of it is not on your exam. This is just for fun. Okay? So you don't have to know how to write Sanskrit in Sanskrit script, but you do need to know some of those Sanskrit words. So here again is our 16 vowels and our 34 consonants. So for this part, you'll need your chart, and we're just gonna pull things right off. And then at the end, I'll get you guys to write some stuff out too. So we have the yama, which is the restraints. So I like to break it up into syllables. So we start with, so we break it up into ya and ma. So then all you have to do is take the ya right off the chart, which is in the first column, second from the bottom on your chart. And then ma, which is, where's ma again? I always have trouble finding that one.
It's okay. And Muggs has changed up the Sanskrit lesson in the new manual. So our chart's just a little different. So
no.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, don't worry. I think we've been able to follow along just fine. The ya is over on the bottom of, or like on page 51 on the right side. You see it there? Yeah. Go ahead and unmute yourself if you have questions, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we just pull the letters right off the chart, pull the characters right off the chart, and then at the end we make that line solid.
Do you want the students to be writing these out as we go?
Well, they have them in their handout already.
Yeah.
So,
oh yes, but
right.
you know, just practicing.
Sure, if they want to, that's fine. The trouble is finding them in the chart. That's what takes time, is to find them off the chart. Until you get really good at it. So the next word is ida. So this is where the diacritical marks really come in, because we have so many different letters, and some with diacritical marks and some without. So this is where you want to know where the diacritical marks are. So for ida, we take the I right out of the vowels. And then we find the da that has the dot under. So everybody found it? It looks like an S. Okay, so that gives you DA, da, but we want to make that a long A. So then we just add a line behind to make it a long A. If it was ida without the long A, then we would just leave it. But because it has a long A, we add that line behind it. And then we finish off with the solid line at the top. Are you able to find all those on your charts? Yeah? Okay. Good. So this is called rule number 1, is where you just take the letters off the chart, and this is to make the long A sound. So for A for asana, it's right on the chart there, so it's like the second one in. So you just put that, you just write that out. And then you find SA without any diacritical marks on it, and put that up. And then you find the NA without the diacritical marks. And then you make your line solid at the top. I'm just watching everyone to see if you've all caught up.
I watched.
Oh.
Sorry. I was just going to say I watched the Bonce's video on this, and she really summed it up well, saying this is a code that needs to be cracked.
Yep. I like that too. Yeah. Sorry, who else wanted to say something?
Yeah, like, do you write with the lines on the top and then afterwards you kind of combine them all and like make it thicker?
What I do is I write the character and then write the line above last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But what I did for the presentation, I just took the PDF of the chart and snipped it, like cut out, and then to make it look more professional, I added the line afterwards. But yeah, when I'm writing it, I write the letter or the character and then write the line across the top after. Okay, so apana. which is our downward breath. And it's the easiest is to break the word up into syllables or letters, especially if you have a long A. That's going to be a separate character, so break that up. So we'll start with just the regular A. And then we do PA. And because that's a long A, we have to add the line behind it. And then NA, just the regular NA, no diacritical marks. And then the line on the top. Are we good? Yeah, okay. So namaha can be written two different ways. So it can be written with the HA at the end or the H with the dot under. So we're going to write it out both ways. So first we're just going to grab the characters off the chart. So just the na, just a regular NA. Then the regular MA. And then HA. And we'll do the same for the other one. The regular NA. The regular MA. But this one will be different because we're doing the H with the dot under. So they look different.
Elena, are those pronounced the same?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So we have one more for rule number 1. And that's our Om. So we'll start with the A. And then the U. And these are pulled right from the chart. And then when you combine those two, they kind of get condensed. So you lose the line on the top from the U. So basically you lose this line and you lose the vertical line and the horizontal lines to get the AU. And then the M is just the line with the dot over. So that's how we get our stylized Om. And you'll see many, many, many different versions of Om, depending on how stylized people want to be with it. So it just varies. But the next slide shows you a little bit more detail about the significance of the symbol, the Om symbol. So basically, the character that looks like a 3, it has 3 different parts to it. So the edges or the points that face left represent the 3 gunas. So our sattva, tamas, and rajas. And then the line on the top represents illusion or maya and separates us from the divine. And then the dot over top represents enlightenment. That's how special this character is. I love this. Any questions?
So to just clarify, Elaine, so like this is, there's no, like it just kind of is following its own rules because it's so special, right? Like that's basically what it boils down to. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we'll move on to rule number 2. So this is where the halanta takes the A off, and it's only at the end of the word. So we have the phrase Om Tat Sat, which means so be it. So I've written it out here. So we've got Om, and then I've broken up Tat into its 2 syllables and Sat into its 2 syllables. So then we do our Om symbol, and then we pull the TA right off the chart, and another TA because they're the same. But to get rid of that A at the end, we just put a halanta at the end. And you can't do this if the A is if you want to take the A off in the middle of a word, it's only for at the end of the word. And then same with the SA, pull that right off the chart, and the TA. And then again, we put the halanta at the end to take the A off. Okay. So then our next word is tamas, which is darkness. So again, I've broken them up into syllables. So we take the TA from the chart, and MA, and SA, and to get rid of that A at the end, again, we just put a halanta at the end of the word. Manas, which is mind. So we have the M, MA, NA, SA, and the halanta. Is this starting to make sense? Yeah? Good, good. And then we have which means I. So again, we break it up into syllables. We have A, and then HA, and then MA. And then take the A off, we put the halanta and the line at the top. I should clarify something here. I know I said earlier the H is silent. The H is silent only when it's behind another consonant. Like in Banda, the H is behind the D, so therefore it becomes silent. But here, the H is after a vowel, so it's hum. So it's aham. Just thought I better clarify that. And then we have Lam, which is the Bija mantra. So again, we break it up into syllables. So here, you could do it two different ways. You can either do it with the M or the L, LA, and then just add the dot over. Or you can do the LA and use the MA and put the halanta. So there's two different ways that you could do lam. And you'll see that if you get interested in Sanskrit, you'll see that where they combine characters together, like the first one, and so then it kind of gets confusing as to what they're actually writing, unless you know all the different character shortcuts. It can get quite confusing. Okay, so now we're going to get into the rules 3 and 4, which are contracted vowel forms. So I'm assuming you have this page in your manual. For me, it's just on the back side of my chart. And so what I suggest is that, because it just kind of looks like a whole bunch of gobbledygook, everything's all mixed together. So what I've done is highlighted all the changes. So for a long A, it's the same thing. You put the line at the end or behind the character. For an I, you put it in front of the character. For a long I, you put it behind. For a U, you put it underneath. And again here, the long U is underneath, but it goes a different direction. And if it's a RI at the end of, or behind the consonant, it looks different again. And so on and so on. And then if you're doing the E, it's on the top. And AI is on the top. An O is behind, so it's very much like the long A, except it's got a little extra. And then same with the AU is behind. The M, again, is on top, like we talked about before. And the H is just behind. So if you wanted to do that on your chart, just highlight the the differences, or you can keep this slide. So now we'll just move on. So we're going to change. So we'll start off with GA. We'll start off with GA. And we're going to change that to a long I. So there's our long I. So now we have G, long I. Everybody following? And then we'll have our TA, and we'll make it long. We'll make the A long. Are we okay? This is where it starts to get a little confusing. Okay, we'll try another short word. So we'll have Deva, which is our god, which is the male deity. So we'll start with DA and change the A to an E by adding the little thing on the top. And then VA just stays exactly the same, so we just add that and put the solid line after. Okay, so the next word is Veda. So again, we break it up into syllables. Start with VA, because we can get that right off the chart. We want to change it to an E. So then we put our little thing on the top. And then Da is right off the chart. Okay, moving on, we'll do yoga. So we'll start with Ya, change it to O, and then add GA. Okay, any questions so far? Then we'll move on to conjunct consonants. So rule 5B, 5A, and R as a vowel. So this is where the A is taken off in the middle of the word. So we take the vertical line away if no A is in the middle. So we're going to use the word Mahatma. So again, we break it up into syllables. The A, we're going to take this A off. So let's see what we do. So start with MA, and then HA. Then we're going to make the A long. So we add the line, add a vertical line. So now we're going to put the TA, but we're going to have to remove the vertical line. So when we add the MA, we cover it, and then we connect the two. So now we have TMA. So we have TMA. Does everybody see that? How we took the vertical line off? And then we do our horizontal line up at the top. So we'll do another word. We've got satya, which is virtue. So again, we start with SA. And then we put our TA. We're going to take this vertical line out. So we cover it up with our YA and then connect the two. So I've got one more for 5B. That's where we take the A off in the middle. So Atman, or soul. So we'll start with the long A, right off the chart. And then we'll do TA from our chart. And again, we're going to take this vertical line off. So we'll add the MA, and then we'll connect the two. And then we'll do NA, and we're going to take the A off the end with our halanta. Okay, is that starting to make sense? Okay, so we're going to move on to 5A. So R follows a consonant. So R is like a special, it's almost like a problem child. It has its own rules. So R is a little bit different. So you'll see R is a vowel. R can be used as a consonant. So R has a lot of different rules around it. So this is where we add the slant to the consonant. So R follows the consonant. So here we have R after the letter T. So we're going to do SA, and then we're going to change it to a long U. So all we do is we add a little hook at the bottom of the SA. So now it becomes SU, long U. Okay. So then we're going to do our TA. And because R is in between the T and the A, we put a little slant. So it kind of shortens the T to put the slant diagonally in the middle of the character. When I was first trying to write this, say the word sutra, and I didn't know that R was special, I would have just done TA, taken the A off in the middle, and put an RA, right? Because there is RA in the consonants. But because R is such a special character, or special letter, that this is the rule that follows with the R. So it has either a slant or a hook. So this is the slant. And then if, do I have it? I think I do. Yeah. So what I actually did was I drew up a little chart that had TRA and what the character looked like, JRA and what the character looked like, just for my own, like when I was writing stuff out for my 300 hour, because it is so special. Okay, moving on. We'll do, so we're still with the R follows the consonant, so we're still adding the slant. So here we're going to take PA, add the slant. So now we have PRA, and we need to make that a long A. So we'll add the vertical line. And then the N with the dot under. For the ending of it. So that's prana. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. So we've got, so we did, yeah, that was 5A. So now we're doing the hook. So we have karma, so we add the hook above the consonant. So, oops, went the wrong way. So we start with KA, and then MA, and then the hook above makes the R above the, or before the M. So like I said before, the R either has a slant if it's after the consonant, or a hook if it's before the consonant. And the next word is Surya, which is sun. So we start with SA, change it to S long U, and then we do YA and add the hook. Does everybody see the difference between how we treat the R in front of the consonant or behind the consonant? One is a slant and one is a hook. Yep, okay, good. So then the last rule is R as a vowel. So this is when we use the R that's at the top in the vowel section. So we'll use it for the word Krishna. So we'll start with K-A. We'll change the A to R-I. So that's from the back of your sheet. So that just goes at the bottom. Then we have S-A with the dot under. Then we're going to remove the vertical line and add N-A with the dot under, and then connect them all. Any questions so far? Okay, it's time to play. We'll write some words out. Okay, so I need to stop sharing and get the whiteboard. Okay. Text. So our first word is jala, or water. So who wants to go first?
So someone's gonna volunteer and come right on our little whiteboard here. So you'll come up to your laptop and be able to draw right on the shared whiteboard.
This ought to be fun. I'll take a stab at this one.
Okay. So what do we have to do, Becky? Something about annotation or something? Do you remember?
Yeah, so you're the host. So I think, I can see up at the top of my screen when I click on view options. So Carrie, this is what you'll do. If you go up to view options on the top of your screen and click on it, there's a little thing that says annotate. Do you get that?
Oh, view options, sorry.
Yeah.
Oops, where'd the board go?
I don't have that. Request remote control.
Yeah, that might do it.
I lost the whiteboard.
Oh,
There we go.
Okay, view options. Request remote control from Elaine.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I approve.
Okay.
now you'll want to,
Oh.
yeah, there you go. You've got the draw function, so you should work.
How do I draw?
So on your little annotation thing that pops up, you can choose different, what's it say? I'm just gonna pull it up here. So there's a little bar that shows up if you click on annotate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so then I would do them, draw, and you would pick
There we go, okay. And then how do I erase? Oh, I just erase it.
oh yeah, I think it's clear, or yeah, there's a couple options there.
Okay, so I want to draw jala.
Yeah.
So I got a, oh, no, it's not letting me draw. So I got a line and then this little thing here. Oh, why is it giving me an arrow?
I think it's just the draw option that you might have chosen. So when you go to draw, make sure you just pick like the little button down on the bottom right.
So draw and then
Like just the single
single line.
no,
Okay.
you're gonna want the single point, the one at the full circle on the bottom right of that little thing. See it?
Sorry, you guys.
We got time. We got time. We're good.
So the full circle
Yeah, that should do it.
filled in or not filled in?
Filled in, I think. I think that does it. Oh, nope, that's not it. Okay, hang on a sec. I'm gonna mess around.
Probably the squiggly line.
That is the squiggly line. It's a squiggly line.
Yeah,
Can you see
yeah.
my ohm?
Yeah.
Hey, here's my ohm, right? That's like the one Sanskrit letter or thing I can come up with. Okay, yeah, so the squiggly line is it.
Okay. So I have this and this. Jaw.
Mm-hmm.
And then hold on. Oh gosh. Oh, I see it. Okay. And then we go. Sorry, I'm not an artist by any means.
Don't worry.
And then
That's it. Good job. Ah. Okay, we'll get another page here. And we'll do another, what's the next one? Ika. Or one. There. Who wants to try that one?
I can try.
Okay.
Okay. So I have to go up to the top, annotate with the squiggly line. Okay. I'm gonna find it first. Oh my, okay.
Yeah, the E isn't the easiest one.
Oh. Okay. Okay. You're right. This is the hardest part to find them.
Yes.
Find the right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. And then.
Yeah, there you go.
Not bad.
Yay! There you go. Awesome. It's hard on a computer with a mouse or your finger or yeah. It's hard. Okay. I'm saving these for you.
Okay.
They're on the whiteboard. But I don't know how you can get them afterwards. So kata is mat. So whose turn next? Who would like to try? Okay. Oops.
There we go, unmute, start, view options, annotate, draw.
Yep.
Okay. Now, to find this. Oh dear, this is gonna be interesting because I only have my finger here.
Might actually be easier than the mouse.
Oh. Oops. Okay, this is gonna look really weird. I much prefer a mouse.
Yeah, I've only got the trackpad too. That's why I haven't volunteered.
Well, now you can laugh at me first.
Ah.
Now we need a TA somewhere.
It's down 2 from
Oh,
top.
found it. Oh, I'm getting better at this. Okay, not a straight line,
There you go.
but
Yep.
it was meant as a straight line.
Ah, awesome. Okay.
Okay, I feel like that looks like I am in kindergarten.
Okay, now we're going to get into rule 2. So sat, which is reality. So this is where you have to take the A off the end. So you do sa and ta. Who wants to give it a try?
I can do this one.
Okay.
Can find it. That line. Goodness.
Perfect. Awesome. Good job. Yeah. That's
I think
great.
that line's actually easier.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got here. The text box. We have VAM, which is a Bija mantra. Okay, who wants to go?
I'll try.
Okay.
I don't know if I have this though.
So you want VA and MA.
So
Yep. Good job. Yeah. There you go. Yay. Everybody got that? Yeah? Okay. So what's our next one? Up, which is water, but it's a long A. I can't do a long A here. So it's a long A and then PA, but you take the A off the end.
And this is an example of when diacritical marks are essential, is there, you wouldn't know which A to write if you didn't have the diacritical mark or didn't have someone who could tell you.
Right. Yeah. And you actually need a special font on your computer in order to get the diacritical marks. And some applications like Adobe Acrobat, like if you're working in a PDF, you can't use that font. So yeah, you have to be aware. So who wants to try this one? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I already wrote it down.
Oh,
Right
good for
here.
you. So that's a long A.
Yes. Go. And then PA.
Mm-hmm.
Y with the line. Is it,
Yep.
does it matter if you do the line and then the top line first?
Doesn't matter the order.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. Perfect. Good. Good job. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to get into some hard ones. Now we're going to do rule 3 and 4 where you change the vowel. So this is go, which is cow. So who wants to give that this one a shot? And then change it to O.
Okay. Who's up? We can just keep going in the circle we've been going in. Okay. I think that makes it Catherine's turn.
I'm confused. So this is going to be interesting. Don't even know where to start here, where it is.
So we start with a GA.
Yeah. That's my problem, is trying to find the GA.
Yeah, that's so I've got it on the first row of the consonants.
Yeah, it's in our consonants on page 51. It's the third one over on the top row.
On consonant? Oh, there we are. I'm looking on the wrong side.
That'll be it.
That would be it. Okay, so we go. Here's my funny looking thing again.
Yeah. So now to change it from an A to an O, you have to flip your page. I think that's where you guys have the next section of it, and look for the O. So it's a line behind and then a line above. So it's a slant and a. From the bottom line.
Yeah, so KO, it's the third line, the third over.
Got it. So I lose this line?
No, you're adding.
I add it, okay.
Yeah.
Then we go like you. Oops.
Oh, you're making the K.
Yeah.
All you need is the line at the behind the K.
Yeah, the K. You notice in this sample here, Catherine, the K is just a sample. So it's the letter, or it's the line after that makes the O, not the K. Don't worry about the K. So
Don't worry about the CA.
no, don't worry about the K. So so you just, so here, I'll show you here. Okay. So KO right there. So these are all Ks, right? Right? That's the example that they're using. So changing from KA to KO. So here's the K, yeah. But what changes it to the O is this little highlighted line.
Right. So then all I want to do is put, do I want this here still?
No, you want to take
I
that.
just want to go like that? Or am I confused?
No, not quite.
Oh,
Give it another go. So start again, like just go with the GA. Put in the GA, like the ga, that first consonant.
Yep.
Okay.
yes.
Yep. That's right.
Okay. And then you're gonna make it an O instead of it saying go, ga, it's gonna say go. So you
And put this thing in. Oops. Put this thing in.
Here this is. So it's. I'm just gonna take over a little bit here. It goes. So here's your G, right?
Yes.
Now this is ga.
Yes.
So we want to make it go. So look at the sample on our page in our manual. It's a line that goes. That's supposed to be a straight line, and then there's a little thing here.
The hook on the top.
Yeah. So I just want to add the hook on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is it's the hook on the top and the hook straight or the line straight down that changes it from a to o.
Okay.
Okay. That's why Elena was saying it's helpful to highlight the changes on that particular chart, to like use a highlighter and highlight the change that's happened, so you can see the K is staying the same, but the vowel is changing in the sample.
Yeah.
I can only clear my stuff apparently.
Oh. Do you want to try it again, Catherine?
Well, I get it, because now all I have to do is put another line in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I add a second line, or I just, yes.
Nope. You add a second line,
And then add the
hook on the top,
accent.
and then the line across it.
And across the top.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Good job. There we go.
Oh dear.
Okay. So the next word is kakora, which is partridge. Now we're into animals. So who's next?
I'm next. This is gonna take
So
forever.
break it up into syllables,
Yes.
right? So CA. And again, it's trying to find them.
Mm-hmm. Well, everyone is waiting too.
But we're here for this, so no one's in any hurry to go anywhere.
Oh, our CA has the CAJ, right? Yes. Or am I crazy and can't find the other CA?
Oh, I can't find the CA either.
Yeah,
I just-
no, it's there. It
it's
is.
kind of-
It has the CH, like you'll see in ours, it has a little bracket with the CA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure before I spend 5 minutes writing out just a CA. The wrong one. So.
Yeah, and then do the KA. Okay, and now change it to an O.
One's just
Just like we did with go. Yeah, perfect. And now RA, because this isn't a vowel, this is just a consonant. So RA.
We traveled.
Good job. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that works.
I like it. That works. That's been great.
Now this isn't on the exam, so you don't have to worry about it. This is just for fun, for interest. Yeah. Okay, I've got a couple more. I've got, oops, don't need two of those. Anybody know what this one is? Kapota? Pigeon. Okay, who's next?
I think that's me. So I'm going to go.
Start with, yeah. Yeah.
PA.
And then your PA.
Make it long.
Mm-hmm. And change it to an O. Yeah.
And then
TA. Good. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, and what's another word? We'll go loka, which is world. Okay, who's next? Is it Emma?
Yes.
Getting lots of O practice.
Yes. Okay. So. That was a really long line. I'm sorry. And then we're going to do a hook and then one.
Mhm.
And then
Awesome. Good job. Yep. And then we'll do bija, which is seed. Whose turn? Katya, is it your turn?
I'm out there, Catherine, but I can go if you'd like.
Ah.
Yeah?
Sure, doesn't matter. Who would like to go?
Well, I can go. I'm already
Okay.
changing it around. So. I'm only gonna do one line in here because it's fat.
Change it to the
Just
I.
a regular I. It's not.
Just a, yeah. Oh, sorry. No, it is a long I. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's line after with the. I don't know if that's supposed to attach onto the other one, but it doesn't now.
There you go. Yep. That works. Okay. And one more. We'll do pada. And that's a long A at the beginning. This A is a long A. I think it's Catherine's turn then.
Annotate. Okay, long A.
So you want to do your PA first. Oh, you need, that's the long A for if it's at the beginning of the word.
Oh,
But we're doing pada. So you want PA and you want to make the A a long A. So you want to look for PA.
PA.
Yeah.
Oh, and here I thought I had it this time. Okay. Oops. Oh, geez.
The whole page is yours, so don't worry. You can write wherever you want.
Actually, I think I did this upside down. No, I didn't.
Nope, that's PA. Yeah.
Right. Okay, PA.
So now you want to make the A a long A. So all you have to do is add a line behind that to make a long A.
So up here? Yeah.
A vertical line.
Yeah.
Yep. So that makes the A long.
Yes.
Okay, and so now you just need the DA, da.
DA. Oh, there it is. DA.
Yeah, without the dot under.
Oh, this one doesn't have a dot under it.
Okay, yep, that's the one you want then.
Okay.
We don't have a dot under this one.
My
There you go.
goodness.
There, and then just your line on the top.
Whoa.
Good job.
Graphic artist, I am not today.
It's hard on the whiteboard though. It really is. Well, there you go. So I'm not sure, Becky, do you know how the whiteboards save? Oh, if I hit save up here, what'll that do?
I think it automatically saves them.
Yeah, okay.
I think, yeah, I think what it does is it stores them in a separate file and then I can share it.
Oh,
I think it's,
okay.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you have to do anything special. I honestly don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll just close this. Do I dare? I'm going to close it. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I hope you ladies enjoyed the presentation, and I hope you enjoy Sanskrit, and good luck with the rest of your studying, and yeah, enjoy.
Thank you.
All your different areas of the country that you are.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, thanks.
Yes,
Yes, it was.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm glad. Okay, you guys all take care.
You too.
And
Oh, yeah. Better make me host again before you do. I don't know what happens if you drop out.
what do I have to do?
I think you go to participants
Yep.
and then more.
More. And make host. There we go. Change host.
Awesome.
There.
I am the host now.
Yay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Elaine.
Okay, you're welcome. Everybody enjoy. Thank you for letting me share with you.
Thank you again.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, how cool is it that we get to like meet with her in Mexico today? Like, I love it. Yeah. How'd you like the Sanskrit lesson? I'm sorry, what was that?
jealous. I want to be sun tanning right now.
She was really darling because we had our first module was in Michigan in October, and I think for 5 days she wore like 3 pairs of pants and sweaters, and then she was just like, you couldn't peel it off her. She was like, and the one time she took a sweater off, we'd all cheer because she was warm enough, right? And then when we went to Florida, she was so ticked because it wasn't warm, not particularly when we were there. So yeah. So how did you like the Sanskrit? What do you think?
I enjoy it. I could do that all day.
Yeah.
I just found it very interesting, and like Mug said, it's a code to be cracked, and figuring it all out is half the fun.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah.
At the beginning, I was a little overwhelmed, like going through all the paper. I'm like, it's so fast. But then once we kind of were putting the words together and writing it in Sanskrit, I'm like, ooh, I'm getting the hang of this. This is easier. It's good. So yeah, that practice really, I think, clicked it in my head, and now it's a lot easier for me to just understand the whole concept of it.
Good.
It was fun. It was really good. Yeah.
Good. So on page 53, there's a section there in the manual of several, like a couple of columns of Sanskrit letters and their English equivalents with the diacritical marks. So how about we just go in a circle? We can go alphabetical, and let's just like try and pronounce them with the view of the diacritical marks, and let's just see how it goes. Let's do this for a few minutes. So Emma, you'll kick us off.
Okay. See, now it's like, oh my gosh, I forget. But I still got it. Okay, so the first one here.
Mm-hmm.
Akasha.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah. And so like of course the lines over the top of the A's make them long.
Yeah.
And so what I like to do, I notice that when Dr. Ananda speaks Sanskrit, it's almost like he just holds the it's the same sound as the short it's just held just a little longer. So it's akasha, right?
Okay.
Akasha. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Akasha. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. And Carrie?
Anga?
Yeah, right. Good job. So you just bring your tongue to the roof of the mouth. Anga.
Yeah.
Anga.
Anga.
Yeah. Okay, Catherine, you're up. Oh, you get a good one.
Of course I do. Yes. Angasta. I don't know.
No, you're not. It's not bad. So
Not
that
bad?
N brings the sound to the roof of our mouth. Ang.
Ang.
And then the U is a short U, so it's like put. So anga, angush, and then it's the S has the dot under. So that is the sh, right? Like shh, be quiet. And so angushta. Yeah. Please forgive me any mistakes. Like I might make mistakes along here, so you might meet, like maybe Muggs will correct you and be like, "Well, Becky taught me that." Believe Muggs. And okay, so catch up.
I get the easiest one or the most common one. Asana.
Right. So, but remember to lengthen that first just a little. Yeah, asana, right? So I know when we first started, remember, Catherine, we were having that talk because I think you were saying asana, and it's just, you had it switch, so asana. Yes, nice. Okay, Emma?
Okay. Ash. I had it. I just said it before. Okay. As is sh, right? With the S with the dot underneath.
Yeah, shh. Yeah.
Ash. No, I can't say it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you got it. Say that out loud because you've got it right.
Ashtanga.
Ashtanga. Well done. Yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to want to know that word.
Okay.
Ashtanga. So most people are familiar with Ashtanga yoga, right? You know, like the sun salutations. Okay, so Patabi Joy trademarked the word Ashtanga and it became like this whole style of yoga. But Ashtanga is an old word, and it actually refers to the 8 limbs of yoga, which is what yoga is. So like all of yoga is Ashtanga, right? Like anything that subscribes to the 8 limbs of yoga, Ashtanga yoga. It's not limited just to the vinyasa flow, Ashtanga yoga. Okay.
My next,
Sure.
Drishti.
Okay, except that there's a dot under that S.
Drishti.
Drishti. Good job. Nice.
Oh, I guess it's me. Ganesha?
Yeah, except the E is a short E, so it's eh, right? So Ganesha.
Ganesha.
Yeah, Ganesha. Yeah, which is the elephant-headed god, Ganesha.
Ishvara.
Right, nice. Nicely done. Yeah, Ishvara.
Okay, here we go. Ishvara Pranidhana.
Well done. Okay, yeah, it's a mouthful. Well done. So Ishvara Pranidhana is one of the niyamas. It's the very last niyama. Do you remember Ishvara Pranidhana, the surrender to the divine, right? So Ishvara is the divine and Pranidhana is to surrender. Ishvara Pranidhana. Good job. Okay, Gary?
Krishna.
Nice. Nicely done. Good.
Something.
Yeah, you could break it up into sort of like 3 sections. I find that this is helpful because I understand like where you get stuck, especially with the longer words, like where is the syllable?
Right.
So, so mat, you could put a line after the T,
Mat.
and then a line after syas, and then it's matsyasana, right? So try that. Because it's asana is the word that's being added to matsya, right? So the A in the middle becomes long. You remember that rule because it's matsya and asana. So it becomes a long A. So when you put it together.
So Matsyasana.
Right, except matsyasana, right? Yeah.
Matsyasana.
Matsyasana. Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I find, like, especially with those longer words, as I try to, and this is why learning the words are helpful, right? So matsya means fish. So if I know what matsya is, then I can easily pronounce matsyasana because I know matsya, right? Or if I know padahasta, I can easily break it down into padahasta asana, right? Padahasta asana. Okay, good job. Okay.
Moksha?
Yeah.
Okay. So the dot under the O is when it's would be like mo. Yeah.
You're under the S, you mean?
No. I was saying with the O pronunciation, it makes an O sound when there's a dot under the O, right? Am I remembering that right? Or is it?
There is no dot under this O.
No. I'm just saying when there is. There isn't here.
No, I don't think we're gonna see a dot under the O.
Okay.
I don't think you will.
I was just trying to remember if that's the one that makes it say its name. elementary school.
No, you got it. So no, I don't think that there is any dots under vowels. I don't think. I think the dots only end up under consonants.
Okay.
Other than like the right? There's a those ones have a dot.
Yeah, so
It brings your tongue to the roof of the mouth.
that's a thing. That's what she said.
But if you find it, do tell, because maybe I'm mistaken, Katja. Okay.
Oh, never mind, it's fine.
Yeah, just feel free if you come across it and you're still confused, let me know, but I don't think that there is.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. 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 Every time I come back to Sanskrit, I learn something new, because I was reading through this and I just learned that saucha is actually shaucha. So I learned something new every time I come across a diacritical mark. I'm like, oh, I've been mispronouncing that. So parjva, well done. Right?
Parshvattanasana.
Right, except it's parjvo.
Oh.
Tanasana. Remember the rule, when an A and a U come together. So what this is parjva, uttana, asana. So parjva, uttana becomes parjvottanasana, right? The A and the U make O.
Parshvattanasana.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. Catherine?
Oh dear.
So we can break it up. We can break it up into the words. You can put the lines if that'll be helpful. So the first part, the back, is paschima, right? That's the back. And then it is uttanasana, and then asana, or uttana and asana. So those are the three words that are brought together. And maybe if you can see those three words hidden in there, might help you pronounce it.
So Paschima, Tanasana, Tanasya.
Tanasana, yeah. So paschimo tanasana. Yeah. Paschimo tanasana.
Chimo.
Paschimo, yeah. It not only means back, it actually also means west. This is our east. The sun rises, we face the sunrise. This is our west. Sun rises, sunsets on the back. So it also means, the paschimo tanasana also means stretching of the west.
Oh.
Okay, Katja, let's just do one more here.
Okay, Prasharita.
Yeah, good. Really good. Yeah, and that means to spread apart wide. So wide-legged forward fold, right? We did that in our class today, prasarita. And it's so funny, right? Because I just out of habit, I think, yeah, it is prasarita. Yeah, in my head, I was thinking in that moment, I'm like, oh no, it's a sh, but no, it's an S sound, right? I find I like to say shir shasana a lot to get the S's right? Like I find like shir, take the tongue to the back, shir, the tongue comes behind the teeth, sha, sana, right? Shir, sha, sana. It's like the sound goes from the back of the mouth forward. Shir, sha, sana. And that'll help you to sort out the S's a little. Okay, let's just take 5 minutes, take a quick potty break, get your candles, and we'll come back, we'll sing a chant and wrap up our day. So let's be back here at 10 minutes to the hour. Let's turn to our manuals to page 18, and we're gonna sing the Guru chant to finish our day off. Please have your candles ready so that we can also take our arati when we are done. so down at the bottom of page 18 is the Guru chant. And I'll sing a line twice. And you can listen to the first line and then sing along with the second time I repeat it if you like. And then once you got it, you can just keep singing along. So each of these lines will be sung twice and we'll go through it 3 times. And then when we're all done, we'll just take in the light of the divine with our candles. And what I'm going to ask us to do while we're doing this is to bear witness, to hold space for one another while we're doing this. So we will go in an alphabetical order again. So when it's time for the arati, Emma will watch you. You take your light into your heart, into your mind, into your life, right? And then we'll go to Carrie, Catherine, and then Katja, and then I'll go last. And then we'll finish with 3 ohms.
So it's okay if I don't light a candle?
It's okay if you don't light a candle, yes, but what I suggest you do is you hold in your mind a candle. And another option, well, I don't suppose the incense won't work for you, so that won't work either. No, incense won't work. And the other thing that I can do is hold you up, and you can take the light from here as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I can handle candle, but today is not one of
It's
those.
not that day, no problem. I remember how sensitive you were to little things like that, right? Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to mute yourself there, Kathy. So I wish we could sing together. One day, perhaps we'll have the opportunity to be in the same room and sing together. It is just a wonderful feeling. And unfortunately, have to put up with my maybe slightly off tune chanting, but maybe the divine will step in and save me from falling off key. Okay. Are you ready? Okay, I'll sing the first line and then you can follow. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvara. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo Pahimam. Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo Pahimam. Shri Guru Natha, Shri Guru Natha, Shri Guru Natha Rakshamam. Shri Guru Natha, Shri Guru Natha, Shri Guru Natha Rakshamam. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvara. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo Pahimam. Did I do that line twice? Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo Pahimam. Shri Guru Natha, Shri Guru Natha, Shri Guru Natha Rakshamam. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvara. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo Pahimam. Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo, Sadguru Devo Pahimam. Shri Guru Natha, Shri Guru Natha, Shri Guru Natha Rakshimam. Let's time that line. Shri Guru Natha, Shri Guru Natha, Shri Guru Natha Rakshamam. I invite you to bring your hands into heart center. This chant invokes the reverence that we have addressing the Holy Trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, the Supreme Guru residing within ourselves, addressing the true Guru and asking for protection, and addressing the Supreme Ruler of all things. Emma, please take your arati as you like. Okay, Carrie. And for you, Catherine. And Katja. I also share with you. Let's finish our practices today with 3 ohms. Breathing all the way out, breathing in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings experience peace and happiness. Have a wonderful week. I hope I'll get to see you guys. I'll shoot off a link for the, it'll be a new link for those that have been coming, I think. I'll have to create a new one. So watch for an email from me. I'll just send it out to all of you and you can just come when you're free. So 7 a.m. Monday, 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Okay? Okay. Oh, you guys know what's coming up next week? Nothing? Because I think we're on holidays. Are we? Nope. Yep. Yeah, we get out 2 whole weeks. We're not. So we come back. I'll be back with you on the 16th, and we will be diving into our first asana lab. So other than, you might, since there's nothing really for you to do for preparing other than just maybe read through the lesson, you might just want to start on the Patanjali Sutras, which I believe come up. You're going to be, it's a lot because it's a lot. So you might just want to take advantage of starting that. I'm going to make sure that I'm right, that it's not the Gita that starts first. Yeah, we go into Patanjali first. So just to give you that, you got 2 weeks to maybe get a head start on a few things. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. Okay. Bye-bye now.
Yes, you too. Bye-bye.